Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. So today in this video we are going to learn how to send SMS, bulk SMS in PHP. So these kind of services can be used in places like church, like the supermarkets, like the companies, the circles, schools, hospitals, and many other places. So these services are useful for reminding clients, or maybe for maybe it's kind of reminders like appointment reminders, maybe kind of giving regards to the customer, maybe kind of thank you for shopping with us, and so on and so on. So before we continue, I want us to look at some of the requirements we need to be able to run this bulk SMS integration. And one of the requirements we need is WAMP server for you to be able to run a PHP and file. So for my case, I have already installed WAMP server, and as you can see, it is up and running. And another thing is the editor, the text editor, which I'm using Notepad++, and I have created my files here, index and send SMS. And another thing, very important requirement is what you call the SMS API. The SMS API can be obtained from bulk SMS service providers. Like for my case, I'm using this company, the API, the application programming interface from this company called Mobitech Technologies. They are the bulk SMS service providers here in Kenya, and that is where I get my API, where I get the sender ID and the username which I'm going to use during my integration. So the API is something like this. So let me show you the API, how it looks like. API is this one. API key is something like this. So it is provided once you create an account, you are provided this is my API key. And then another requirement is the sender ID. For sender ID, you have to buy this from the service providers like Safaricom, Airtel, or Telcom. So the cost of this one varies depending on the service provider and maybe the company that you are using to buy. But for my case, I'm using Unicom, which is provided for testing provided by this company for testing. This actually for testing purposes only. Another thing is the username. So once I submit a request that I want an account, they will create an account for me, give me the username, and provide me with the sender ID. And then once I log in, I will be able to see my API key, which is here. So that is about the bulk SMS account which I'm creating within this website for Mobitech Technologies. So the next thing, we are going to run through this code, and then we see the meaning of each of these lines. So first we have to come here and look at how we have created our form. Here I have a form, HTML form, and the action, which means when I submit this form, the request will be handled by this file called sms.sendsms.php, which is here. So this will handle the request. And then the method of the form is post. And then we have 3 fields, and field number 1 is name, and the type is text. And the next one is phone number, which is the phone number of the recipient of the SMS. And in this case, I have put a default value, which is my phone number. And then another thing is we have the message to be sent. And this message, I have put a default message, of which you can change to be this one. This is a reminder of our meeting tomorrow from 10 a.m. And then we have a submit button, and this submit button, the name is called send. So when we click on this button, it will take us to this file here. So on this file, we are going to check if the post button or if the submit button is clicked. So if the form is posted, we create this variable as follows. We create a variable called name to store the name of the recipient. We create another variable called phone to store the phone number of the recipient. And then we create another variable called message to store the message that will be sent. And then we come and point our base URL, that the URL of the API is here, which is this one here. And then we come and display our parameters in form of an array. So we have to list down the API key, the username, the sender ID, and the message. So the API key is provided in the website, the Mobitech Technologies website, as we have seen it here. So this is the API key, and then this is the sender ID, and then we have the username here. Now we arrange these parameters in form of arrays. So we have the username here, we have the sender ID, and then we have the message. And this message, you can customize it the way we want it. You can say dear, the name of the recipient, and then the message. Or you can say hello, and then we have the phone number of the recipient here. So after we have done that, we come and check the payload. So this one is to confirm if there is SMS balance in your account, and if there is SMS balance, we load the data, and then we send the message. And then after sending the message, we display a message, an alert to the user that message was sent successful, and then we return to the index.php file. So up to this point, I think we can now run our file and see. So we are going to open our browser. You can use any browser you want. For my case, I'm using Chrome. And then we run, and then we say the name of the recipient is Josephat. phone number is 0724753737, and then the message is here. Remember, our custom message will be saying dear, the name, and then we followed by the message. So it will be, dear Josephat, this is a reminder of our meeting tomorrow and from 10 a.m. at Norwich Towers, room 6, and then you say welcome. So that is how our message will look like. Now then we click send. As we have seen here, when we say send the message, it will be handled here. So let us click and see, and then we have the notification that the message sent successful. So in my phone here, I have already received the message, and then we can now check on our website, and then so here we go. So this is the message for this time, which is 12:32. Let's read the message and see. Hello Josephat, this is a reminder of our meeting tomorrow from 10 a.m. at Norwich Towers, room 6. Welcome. So as you can see, that is how it is done. So at this point, I believe you have learned something, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe, click that subscribe button. So that is how it is done, and in this case we have sent us a message to one contact. There is also a way you can send a message to multiple contacts. Suppose in your organization, or maybe in your church, or in your company, in your circle, in your school, hospital, you have many recipients. Suppose you want to send to 50 patients, you want to remind them about their clinic appointment. Or maybe you want to send a message to 500 parents, reminding them that their children will be going for enough time on this particular date, so that they prepare to send them fare or to come and pick them. Or maybe you want to send a message to circle members about a meeting or something. Or another thing, maybe you may want to send a message to your staff, maybe your company staff, your organization staff. Then you can send to multiple contacts once. You don't have to be doing it. Maybe if you want to send to 500 recipients, you don't have to be sending message until it is 500 times. So you just enter a message, like provide a message here, and then we create a loop to get the data from maybe database, or maybe an Excel file, or maybe it can be even a text file. And then we send the message to those all contacts, which is maybe in Excel. If it is 1000 contacts, 500 contacts, 100 contacts, 20 contacts, just like that. And then on a click of a button, all the 1000 SMSs will be sent in seconds. So that is how useful it is to have something like this. So up to this point, I say thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to subscribe, and see you again in the next video.